Hey everyone, just want to do a quick recap for week 21 for cycle 1 classical conversations. As far as new grammar goes, nothing nothing really um, game changing there. It's pretty much the same routine. We had a couple maps that were missing, the Great Bear Lake and Great Slave Lake for geography, but um, just had the students pointed, for those that had the maps and maybe missing, just had them point to the general direction where they were at. But again, not a big deal. And the rest of the new grammar went fairly smoothly. Um, we, as far as science, we did the first week of mineral testing, and we tested the did the three tests of transparency, um, streak, and I forget the other term, but how shiny is it? So we did that, I believe, with 5 or 6 minerals, and we had a chart in our science book that we recorded our results. We had an answer key that we compared our answers to. Some of the uh, characteristics, there was multiple answers, and some of the students even would give their explanations of why they agreed or didn't so much agree. So it was some good dialogue, but also at the same time we had to go fairly quickly. We wanted them to record the answers as quickly as possible, with having 30 minutes or less. But I think overall it was they grasped the understanding of what we were trying to do, what we were trying to test with the minerals, and hopefully make next week go a little bit smoother. Fine arts, we listened to the piece Bach, and it was a little over 4 minutes. We listened to it, I believe, 2 times, and just before we listened to the piece, we just gave a little bit of background, letting them know that he was around during the Baroque period. He was actually born the same year as Handel, so even though they were born at the same time and composed music in the same era, they never met each other since they were from different places. The one thing they had in common is they both had a kind of a loose temper, which was funny because the piece was um, well-tempered clavicle or something. I forget the actual music piece, but it was just funny that he wrote a piece called Well Tempered when he wasn't so well tempered. And I believe, according to the classical music book for dummies, that he actually was in jail writing this part of this particular piece. So it seemed like there was some irony in that. And another fun fact is that they believe he had over 20 children, who also, some of them also were composers as well. He was married twice, had 20 children. I'm not sure if that was 20 children to his 2 wives or how that all worked out. But we did listen to the piece, and we focused on the term the fugue, where about 2 minutes and 22 seconds in, there's the first voice, and then the first, you can hear the first kind of voice. It's not actual a real voice, but you know what I mean, like the first voice of music that comes in. 5 seconds later, the second voice. 5 seconds after that, the third voice, and then after another 5 seconds, the fourth voice. Kind of like when you have kids sing "Row, row, row your boat," and then someone else starts a little bit after that. That same type of situation. So we had them listen specifically for that. And then we listened to the remaining time, since we had a little bit of time left, we listened to our piece from last week from Handel, so they can kind of compare the two and just kind of talk about which ones they like better, and that was really it. It was a good week 21. So hopefully everyone will have a good rest of the week, and look forward to seeing you for week 22. Thanks.